It's two people born in a hospital every day. It's a person that's born in a hospital that's going to get a job, and somebody born in a hospital that's going to give them a job. You get to decide which one you're going to be. It's not God picks certain people he'll make rich and certain people he don't. He gives all of us as his children the power of choice. You have a say-so in that. You can decide to be rich, and with God's help, it's highly doable. But you first have to think it. The difference between successful people and non-successful people is here. I'm no better than none of y'all. I'm not a better person than you. I'm not a better Christian than you. God don't love me more than you. None of that. If you want to be successful, you have to change this. This has to change. What makes it hard is your lack of belief that it can happen for you. The fact of it is, though, it's very doable. See, but you got to change, though. If you keep doing what you've been doing, you're going to keep getting what you've been getting. So if you're at a place in your life and you ain't happy with it, you have to change some things. But you have to make a conscientious decision that you're going to change. And it's not dependent on anybody else.
Proverbs 23, verse 7. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. What that means is that whatever you think in your mind consistently is bound to come true if you work towards it. You are a product of whatever is going on in your mind. The battles fought and the wars waged in your mind gives rise to what you see in your life. Because your mind is the first point from which all the decisions in your life happens. That's why in Proverbs 4:23 the Bible says, "Guard your heart with all diligence, for out of it flows the issues of life." There is a great power in the unseen than there is in the seen. Think about that. If you want to be successful in this time of your life, then you must be cautious about what goes on in your mind. You have to change the way you think. Two people placed in the same situation, facing the same challenges, never get the same results. One person sees the circumstances as a problem, while the other sees them as an opportunity. Your mind colors the way you see the world. And so if you have junk stored in there, if you have hate speech, racism, curse words, and all those rubbish stored in there, then that's all you can see. Do not blame God for your failures or shortcomings. Blame your mind. Because whatever you let run around in there shapes your life. Let's look at it this way. The mind is a powerful tool. So much so that when people came together to build the Tower of Babel, the Bible says that they were of one mind. What that means is that they had one plan, one thing. They had set their hearts towards a specific goal. And so God himself said, whatever they set their minds to do, they would accomplish. That is how powerful your mind is. But the problem today is that you let so many things into your head. You allow people to tell you what you can and cannot do. And then you begin to get discouraged and thrown at the sight of any challenge because your mind has been poisoned by what you allowed to come in. Jesus says, if your eye is single, your whole body will be full of light. What that means is that if you set your mind to something, there's nothing that can hinder you from getting it. But you have to utilize your mind. You have to change the way you think. You cannot continue thinking the same way you've always been thinking all these years. If that method of thinking was any good, then you wouldn't be in the mess that you are right now. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. You have to think differently. You have to think big. No more downsizing your dreams. No more making excuses for yourself. No more running away from a fight. You have to think big. If you have a goal that doesn't scare you or doesn't look completely different from what you've always been used to, then you aren't thinking big enough. God is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all you can ask or imagine, but first you have to imagine it. You have to think it. And so rip up those resolutions and plans that do not do justice to how big God really is. It's time to get back to the drawing board and utilize your mind. Your life is in your hands, not in the hands of your parents or friends or spouse or connections, but it's in your hands. So you better get to work on your mind. You better start thinking like the person you want to become. It's all about the mind. Child of God, think big, renew your mind, and transform your life.
Hey, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss out any of the new videos we're going to be putting out. Like this video and share it with your friends and family and other people that you think would benefit from this video. Growth Addict, grow your faith.